Hey guys, hello Jordan. This is Fanny. So I've been trying to have you come over here. This is so beautiful and magical what's been happening. Very strange, but I feel the connection. I feel like dialogues in my head all the time. Um, Fighting the doubts and the anxiety and trying to find solutions left and right. And on the other hand, having such happiness when you imagine your best case scenario and feeling like, oh my God, if this doesn't happen, I'm gonna die. Like nothing else compared to this could make life so worthy, that you're like, I don't want to put my energy into. I know you should always have your plan B, but at the same time, like, I want to believe in my plan A. Otherwise, what is life gonna be like? When you feel like everything you've been doing step by step has taken you to this, you're like, it was meant to be. There is divine intervention when you see the people who have been participating into this. And wow, like President Obama setting us up, like I just learned this, and then the truth appears, when you least expect it. So I want to make you want to come here and give you a little tour. So this is my patio. It's a screen-in patio, so there's no mosquitoes. Okay, it's sunset right now, so there's a nice pool. We can still swim in it. It's a little cold, but I think if you come from Norway, you're not gonna be scared of a little Florida weather. This is my little kitty cat, Mimi. What's up, Mimi? Let's go for a walk. Come on. So I got a beautiful garden, and I'm gonna show you around the neighborhood. My beautiful giant garden. So the cool part about it is that my neighbors and I, we don't have a fence between our yards, so we feel like we have a giant garden. This is half. This is my part. There's not much in my garden. I'm already struggling to keep the lawn decent. And they, on the other hand, they have the little fairy garden where every little tree is in place. They have little statues and everything. So my cats often escape over there, so I got the excuse to go and look for my cats. So I go hang out in the little garden. But so it's pretty cool. So my side is more like natural and wild. I have a little pond also. I don't know if you can see. Sometimes we have alligators, but it's rare. So let me walk you. So I wanted to talk about success and manifestation mostly, because I haven't known my success yet, even though I can feel it, I can taste it, just by the attention that my work has around, because this is not just something I created, it's something that came through me, that's channeled, like so powerful, like a Pandora box that woke me up at night every single time. Like I didn't have a choice. I had to go paint stuff. I had to share information. I was channeling constantly. Like even today, I was teaching, I was in class, and all of a sudden I hear, oh, I've got all these downloads in my head. I'm like, man, I'm trying to focus on teaching the kids here. And I just like, it was just constant. So you think you want something, right? So at first I wanted to make it with my art. I wanted to live off my art. So I created my business and I create collections. I wanted to go to art galleries. So I did that. And yeah, I'm gonna show you. So this is my neighborhood. So we have beautiful giant oak trees all around the neighborhood. So I live kind of like it's a little forest. And my neighborhood is so cool because it's not like anywhere in America where they have, all these houses are the same. It's always like, all the houses look the same. But here, my neighborhood, every house is different. They're all very special. Every house has their own little specificity. So that's really cool. We have these giant oak trees. It's just like my fairy tale. This is why I'm so attached. The day I found this house, I remember I wanted a house with high ceilings, with arcs. I wanted big windows. I wanted to feel like I'm outside, like there's big windows, because in America they don't have windows. They have walls and AC, and they always stuck in AC inside. I couldn't stand it. I was like, I'm gonna die. Like, so the windows, you know. And I was like, I would like to have a giant bathtub. I would like to have gray walls. Like, I came in this house. This is the first house that we visited. That was everything, checking all the boxes. And I've been living in this house by myself with my son and my animals, so that I'm so attached to it. I created, decorated everything. I've put the all my art around, so now it's all wrapped up. Because I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing, if I was going to move out of my house, I had given up thinking going to New York City, honestly. I gave up on that. But now the hope is sparking back, you know, so. But anyways, all this to say that I did the galleries, and then I did workshops, and all of this added up to my content. And then I was like, okay, now all this knowledge unfolded. I could train people about this. And when I saw all the manipulation that there was in the media, or not simply manipulation, but all the beautiful things also that they were able to do by using those symbols, like the efficiency of this communication, subtle communication. Why? Because it has several levels of understanding. So you're going to read something that has many, many different levels of understanding. So depending on what frequency you are in, it's going to go catch that frequency. And then as you reread the thing or you re-see the symbol, it's going to catch the other levels of frequency. And it kind of teaches you how you can yourself recode your perception at any moment. Because if you can do that with like the way you read a text or a symbol, you can do that with your emotions as well. Just like what I'm experiencing and sharing all the time. That's why I share my journey, because you always see the superstars, you know, and the super famous, and you're like, oh, I can do that too, that's easy. You see the results, you know, or you see the Dean Graziosi, Tony Robbins, they show you their success stories, you know, and the people, they're already millionaires. But nobody cares about nobody pays attention to the people who are struggling. And I think that was the one thing I did differently, is that I didn't wait to be successful to share. I shared everything, the dream. I fall in love with someone, I'm sharing what I want to do. Like I found a job I want to go to, I'm sharing every single step of the journey. I want to go to the United Nations. I shared all my recruiting journey. I shared my motivation letters, everything, videos. So if I make it, guys, when I make it, I say, you know, the level of uncertainty right now is very, very stressful because of the timing. You know, in 4 weeks, like in a month, I'm being kicked out of my house, or I have to go live with roommates, and it's just more chaos that I've tried to. I've tried to build my safe zone, you know, my fairy tale, and so now this is what I want. I'm ready to. I've always wanted to remarry. I wanted to have more kids. I've always wanted to be married, you know. My first marriage was a fail, but I want to be happy and share things and grow together. So mostly when you find someone like you who is so smart, so luminous, hold on, I want to show you my neighborhood also. So smart, so luminous, courageous, like intelligent. Oh my God, like the dream. I'm like, let's go. So then I was like, okay, now I want to work at the United Nations. And they were not hiring me. I was doing all these motivation letter, but every time you apply, you have to know what the organization is about. I didn't just apply and send a motivation letter. Every time I applied to the United Nations, it was like a full file with strategic plans of action, videos, communicating, promoting their own work. I wasn't just promoting myself, but I would go and see what do they do there. So after applying 30 times to the United Nations, I was already a specialist of their projects, of everything, their events, their projects, their way they speak, the way they communicate, their mentality, their relationship with people, how they mediate conflicts, the strategies sometimes. So after that, I became an expert about the United Nations. And then I started realizing, wow, these people are so perfect. Like, they're saints, you know. They have such empathy. They always try to recode for the best frequency. They always understand. They give a lot, you know. They share day and night. And I'm just talking about like the social media team, who is the front, the storefront. But then everything else in the background, the communication team, the Secretary General of the United Nations, the communication, Melissa Fleming, all these people that are starting to admire. And then came up Amina Mohamed and the UN Women and the new recruits and everything. So I was just obsessed. I was like, I want to be there, because I feel like I can be like these people. I belong there. So I started seeing everything that they did, and I was like, my God, this guy deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. You know, not just because I wanted the job. Of course, I did it because I wanted the job, but even if I didn't, I would have nominated him. Maybe I wouldn't have put so much, because I really spent a whole year doing only that, hoping that if they would notice me, if I would help him win, then they would notice me more, and just by recognition get me the job, you know. So, and I wrote that when I did my newsletter. I went on, so I looked at who is entitled to, because I knew I wasn't eligible to nominate. Okay, I still did my nomination, but I knew it might or might not be accepted because I was not officially eligible to nominate. I'm not a university professor, I'm a middle school professor. So I was like, my own nomination is not going to have a lot of weight. So I went to the list of everybody who's empowered to nominate, which is all the emeriti professors of the universities, Nobel Prize Committee, General Assembly, European Parliament, Harvard University, Yale University, Princeton, Oxford, Cambridge, like all the great university that I know of. I went to the European Parliament, and I made a list. I went to their repertory, and I made a list of all the people. I targeted all the people who were eligible. I added all these people to my newsletter. I went to Harvard. I picked up all the professor emeriti that I found that I had a profile that could be interested in the United Nations. And I started sending newsletters to all of them. And I knew people are busy. So I was like, oh my God, look, I'm going to show you a little bit. I'm going to turn it around. So I knew that people were busy. So I was like, they're going to see my email and they're going to put it aside. So I had to find a way that they could take action rapidly and it wouldn't take much of their time. So I prepared the whole nomination. I wrote the whole text. I sent them pictures, like visuals, because I knew people would probably not read the letter. So I prepared, oh my God, this thing is creepy. Jeez, is that a real leprechaun? Or is that a statue? Jesus. Okay, Halloween is coming. So look how cool this neighborhood is. I don't want to just show off people's houses like that, but man, this is like so cool. So I should be walking with my dog. Normally I walk with my dog, but he would be pulling so bad I couldn't even speak or focus. He's crazy. So I wrote the whole thing, and I started the email by saying, hey, I know you're busy, but listen, if you could change someone's life, would you do it? My name is Fanny Menotti. I want to work at the United Nations. I'm telling you right away why I'm doing this, but at the same time, why do I want to work there? Because I really admire them. If I want the best for my life, I want to be with the best people. So there is a reason. So let me make it easy for you. I pre-wrote the nomination for you. All you got to do is click on that link and copy-paste everything. So I thought I was just doing something for him. And that maybe depending on the result I would get the job. But then I thought a lot about this when the Nobel Prize in the summer started like giving me winks on their post, like, hey, we see what you're doing. And I was like, how would they ever. Like, yeah, okay, I tag them all the time, but I don't tag them for me. I tag them for the Secretary General. And then I realized, I was like, this is the work I was doing. They probably saw a ton of people coming in with the same nomination and were like, what the heck? Like, where all these people from all around the world that have nothing to do with each other are posting the same text? Like, and then all this hard work in the weekends that I was doing, and you know how many times I was like, why am I even doing this? It never works. Anything I do, it never works. They're gonna ghost me again. And I have my son and my friends at the beach, and I'm just here working on my computer. Why am I even doing this? This is so crazy. I was making up all this story every time I posted things that I wanted to do, I believe, that I had no proof. All my friends, every time they were like, you have proof of it, you have emails, you have texts. Okay, well, if you don't have an email, like, they're not talking to you. I was like, they're talking to me, man. Like, so then I stopped sharing with my friends. I just put it out online where only the people who understand respond to it. And I kind of stopped talking about it to people around me, even though I do, but not as deeply and in the same way. And then I realized, I was like, wow, this is all this work that I thought I was doing for nothing, that I didn't even think no one would notice, that this is what people noticed. This is what people said, oh, look, that was smart what she did. That was efficient. Okay, maybe she's good at working. So yeah, sometimes following your ideas one step after another, even though you're not sure of the guarantees. Like Obama said, I gave this quote to my students today. I was like, you know, Obama, he said, if you work in a company, even if you're making copies, do it to the best of your ability. Be the best at it. I promise you, someone will notice. And that's what I did. I made copies. Like, I made copies. I sent copies to the whole world, and then people will notice. You know, so I was just happy with myself because I've been struggling for so long. Got a little lake here as well. This is cool. This is very cool. So I've been struggling for so long to keep my house, keep my life, make something out of it. All this knowledge that I knew, and with no guarantee, and the trauma of people not responding to me, that was so traumatic. The wound of abandonment and injustice that lives in me until reparation. And even when someone beautiful, amazing comes along with promises, I'm like, I believe it for 5 minutes, and then this voice tells me, oh, no, they were just manipulating me for, like, to get me settled somewhere else, you know. And it's just hard to believe that just something good is gonna happen. But it would be even sadder to stop being a dreamer and I prefer being naive and believing in my happiness. But this time it's different because it's just the twin flames. Like, it was just like the first time. Yeah, here I am telling my crazy stuff, but the first time I saw the image of Georgian, I saw him and I was like, oh my God, don't look at that. Like, it's gonna break you. Do not look, okay? Danger. And so I was like completely ignoring the guy. It's like, uh-oh, another one who's gonna break my heart. But yes, now it's, wow, like proving me better every day. Well, you give me hope, and thank you for sparking the light once again in my life. I believe it. I want to invite you to come and discover my place, my art. We could work on the nominations. So the nominations for the Nobel Prize 2026 open on October 31st. Yeah, because I'm an expert in Nobel Prize matters as well. So we got 3 months and we can do nominations for everyone, all the people that we've been promoting, introducing this year. You see, I was very disappointed that none of us won. But now I see it's for the better, because imagine next year every one of us gets the prize, and we're finally the great reunion, all rewarded. And I think that Georgian coming to America to see for his own eyes and going in the United Nations and be like, okay, now I know all these people, I know all these incredible achievements left and right. Let's try to get together, put it in application, and then, okay, bring this back to the Nobel Prize and say, yes, these people, this is serious. This is amazing content, and we're going to bring all this to the United Nations. Relay it, okay, to the communities, the team building workshops from my book. This is just going to change lives, once you have magic to believe in, because it does. Once you start having a hope or a dream or something that really opens up your heart, then you start seeing signs, manifestations around you. So when you see the signs, you're like, oh wow, like I'm not alone. There is something watching over me. That was a sign. Okay, so if I see the signs, maybe I am on the right path. One step after another, everything I've done for that moment, for my happy fairy tale, my happily ever after, the love. It's just hard to say, because after a while you stop believing, but the true love, oh my God, the best gift in the world. And this is the right moment. Like, I'm about to lose the house. I have about a month or two before the Secretary General of the United Nations is gonna retire. So this is just the perfect timing. This is so perfect, actually. And I'm like, am I happy? I've been setting my standards high, and I said no to so many people because I just wanted something real, I wanted some high level. First, I couldn't be like, I need a high intelligence, every day in my life. And then the beauty, it's like, wow, I won the lottery with you. So I'm happy I waited. Everything, I know Tony Robbins, he always says, things don't happen to you, but for you. And when you're in it, you're like, yeah, that's bull, that's BS, that's torture. But now I'm like, if it was worth it to wait till the very end and to have that kind of reward, but knowing that I work for it so much and I never give up. And then in the end, this is what people appreciated about us and about me, that I'm like this. I became like this, that I cared so much and I didn't want to give up. And then I shared with others how to. So yeah. So beautiful story, and hopefully ending that. So I'd like to invite you to join me and continue this journey together. There's like some nice concerts coming up, so that'd be really cool. Like, you can just take a flight and come here. You know where I live, so I got no plans. It's just like so nice here in Florida, but after a while you get tired of doing things alone, of going out on your own. Like, you want to share things with people. I mean, with love, not just people, but you want to share things with your soulmate. You want to share the good moments. I'm just dreaming about this.